Let's begin by setting up the format of the paper. All research papers for middle school will follow the same parameters in the overall format of the paper, and this so we have consistent guidelines to be used across all classes, although some teachers may have variations or their own requirements. We're going to go into Google Drive and open a new document. Once we do that, we need to give this document a name. It should include our last name and something that identifies the name of the assignment. This makes it unique so the teacher can identify what it is at a glance. With a single click in the top left corner here, we can highlight the entire part and we can type that in. Click into the body of the paper. Now we want to make sure that the margins are set properly. Go into File, pull down to the Page Setup. Make sure that is set to Portrait and 8.5 by 11, but each of these margins should be set to 1 inch. If they're not, change it and set that as a default. Otherwise, click on OK. Now, because we have not started typing anything, we can set the entire paper to the right font and font size. For some reason, Google Drive defaults to that Arial 11 point, but we want to change this font to Times New Roman and the font size to 12-point font. Once we have done that, we need to format the entire paper. That would include the whole body of the paper as well as your works cited page as double spacing. So from the Format pull-down menu, pull down to line spacing across and down to double. That's all set to go. Now we need to insert page numbers. To the Insert pull-down menu, pull down to Header and Page Number, across and down to Page Number. Now, MLA 8 says to put the page number in the top right corner. Because we are not using a cover page, this one is not the one we would select. We are putting a heading in, which we'll be doing in a moment, and that is right here, that short line, and the numbers start on the first page are in the top right corner. That is the one we need to select. Now you will notice that your cursor is blinking after the page number. Insert it before the page number and type your last name followed by a space. Once you've done that, select your page and the page number, your name and the page number, and make sure that it is set to Times New Roman 12-point font. It's probably not going to be when you first open it. Now once you're done with that, click into the body of your paper once again. Now we need to add our heading. Notice that we have a 1-inch margin here and there's nothing below it. That's because we have not typed anything yet or hit enter, which is perfect. So in this top left corner, flush with the left margin, we are going to start by typing in our name, your name, enter, type in the teacher's names to whom you will be submitting this document, enter, and then type in the name of the class, enter, and finally the date. Now the date is not going to use commas, and we start with the number of the day and then type out the entire month and the year. Hit enter. Finally, we need to add the title. So we are going to type that on the next line. And again, hit that enter key. That is important because that will treat this as a paragraph so that when we select it to center align it, it will do so properly. We can do that by doing a triple click and coming up to the toolbar and choose Center Align. Now click back down again. This is center aligned, but because we hit that Enter key, we have our cursor right where we need it to be. Let's take a look at this title. First of all, it is in title case. We have mostly lowercase letters with the uppercase letters for the first ones of those important words. These all happen to have capital letters. Secondly, notice that there is no formatting on this. It is Times New Roman 12-point font. There is no bold, no italics, no underlining, no all caps, and we didn't change the font or size. Now we are ready to start typing our paper. When you do that and click once on the Tab key, that will bring you into a 1/2 inch indent. That is what you need for MLA papers. We are done with this part, and then we're going to show you how to format your Works Cited page next. Stay tuned.